Is your toddler starting to say slightly longer sentences?
Something is happening in your child's brain right now. And if you know what to listen for, you can help their sentences explode. Let's talk 4 to 5 word sentences,
And we are going to have a look at how you can best support this at home.
Hello, I'm Jane, and welcome to Dynamic Learning, the channel made by parents for parents. We've done the research so you don't have to. This week, we are going to be exploring the milestone 4 to 5 word sentences. This means that your child can begin to put 4 or 5 words together to make short sentences and share more detailed ideas. We are going to accomplish this together by using 4 stepping stones. These are meant to help break down the how-to and support your child's development in an easy, natural, and very achievable way. We don't want to do this with any drills or any pressure, just helpful, relaxed modelling. Let's start with stepping stone 1. Your child may already be using 3-word phrases regularly, like, I want more juice, or my blue cup. These shorter phrases are the foundation for longer sentences. As your child becomes more comfortable with 3-word combinations, they can start adding 1 or 2 words to share more detailed thoughts. So here's what you need to look out for. Pay attention to the short phrases your child uses during playtime, snack time, or any routine really. You might hear, I want snack, or Teddy sleeping, or Daddy go to work. These phrases show that your child is comfortable combining words and may be ready to build longer sentences. These are perfect moments to naturally add another word or 2 here and there. Remember, we are not correcting. What we are doing here is we are demonstrating a slightly longer version of what they've already said in a natural way. So why does all of this matter? Try to think of 3-word phrases like little building blocks. Once your child has used them often enough, it's a clear indication that they're ready to start expanding those sentences. Expanding their sentences is a great way for them to start adding more detail to their stories. Children learn language by hearing it when it is used in a natural context. When you expand their phrases, you're giving them a gentle lesson without any drills or tests. So let's take a look and see what this would look like in practice. Let's say your child points to a ball and says, ball red. You can respond by saying to them, yes, that is a big red ball. Your child hears you add the extra words, such as that is a big, and starts to understand that you are using more words to not only describe what you're seeing, but to build a fuller sentence. Over time, this modelling helps your child to produce longer sentences of their own. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice noticing your child's 3-word sentences. And when you do notice them, gently model for them by mimicking what they've just said and showing them how they might be able to expand this by adding a word or 2. Remember to keep this light and conversational. Stepping stone 2 focuses on requests. Your child may start using 4-word phrases to ask for things that they want. They might say things like, I want my blue cup, or give me the big apple. These longer requests show that your child can combine the words and be more specific and clear. So what do you want to look out for here? You want to listen to your child and notice when they're using 4 words when they ask for something. You might start to hear things like, Mummy, where is my ball? Or, I want to go park. These phrases show that your child is being specific about their needs and wants. So why does all of this matter? Longer requests means that your child is starting to communicate more clearly. When they can specify and ask you exactly what they want, it starts to reduce frustration for both of you. It also shows that your child understands how to put words together to express detailed thoughts. So let's dive in and see what this would look like in practice. Imagine your child wants a snack. Instead of just saying juice, they might start saying things like, I want more juice, please. This extra detail helps you understand exactly what they need and shows that they are building more complex language skills. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice giving your child more opportunities to make longer requests. Pause before you hand them a snack or a toy and give them a chance to use more words. If they still need help, then demonstrate for them what slightly longer requests might look like. If they say, I want milk, copy it for them. Say, I want more milk, please. Pause. These gaps are very important so that they can process what you've just said, and it gives them the space to mimic you. Encourage this mimicry. Stepping stone 3 is about describing. Your child may start using 4 or 5 words to talk about what they see during play or when they're looking at pictures. You might hear things like, the dog is running fast, or look at the big tower. These sentences show your child is using language to share their observations with you. So what do you need to look out for here? Listen for your child describing what they see and using more than 3 words. This can happen during book time or when they're playing with toys or when they're simply looking out of the window. These descriptions show that your child is building their ability to share details. So why does all this matter? Describing what they see shows that your child is starting to organize their thoughts. They're starting to be able to share details and start to explain what they see and think about the world around them. This helps to build their vocabulary and shows that they are starting to demonstrate a real use of language. This skill is the foundation for storytelling and conversations later on. So let's pause here and see what this would look like in practice. Imagine you're sitting with your child and you're reading a book together. Your child points to a picture of a bird and says, I see the little bird. This longer sentence shows they can not only describe what they are seeing, but they're starting to add details such as the size, the action, and general observations. You can respond to something like this by adding even more detail and saying something along the lines of, yes, the little bird is sitting in the tree. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice encouraging your child to describe what they see. Ask them questions like, what do you see? Or tell me, what do you see in this picture? Give your child time to respond. And if they seem a little bit stuck, gently encourage them. If you're looking at a book, what do you see in this picture book? What do you see on this page? Can you see the doggy? Yes, they might say yes. Okay, point to where the doggy is. Can you see the bird? Can you see the tree? So on and so forth. Gently practice this. It doesn't happen overnight. We need to build these steps up with them. On to stepping stone 4 and our final stepping stone for this milestone. This one is all about the questions. Your child may start asking simple questions using 4 or 5 words, especially where questions, like, where is my soft teddy? Or, where is the blue duck? These longer sentences start to show that your child is slowly becoming more articulate. They're using language in a clever way, not just to tell you what they're looking for, but they're starting to draw information out of you. So what do you need to look out for? Listen for your child asking questions with more words. You might hear, where is my book? Or, Mummy, where's the cup? These questions show that your child is starting to think ahead and is using language to help solve their problems. So why does all of this matter? Asking questions is a big step in language development. It shows your child can think about what they need. This skill supports problem solving and helps your child to become more independent in their communication. So let's take a moment to see what this would look like in practice. Imagine you're with your child and they're looking at their favorite toy. Instead of just saying, Teddy, they ask, where's my soft teddy? This longer question gives you clear information about what they are looking for. They're not just looking for Teddy because they might have 2 or 3 or 4. They're looking for their soft Teddy. This shows that they can now use language to ask for help. For this stepping stone, I simply want to ask you to encourage your child to use more words when they're asking a question. When your child is looking for something, encourage them to use more words. If they're still using short sentences and say something like, "Where's red truck?" mimic it back for them, demonstrate for them the longer version of that, which would be something like, "Where is my red truck?" Pause and encourage them to copy you if they still need support with this. Now, I'd like to encourage all of you to get a little bit goofy right now, because as we all know, the best learning happens when they don't feel like they're learning anything at all, because play is actually the best educational tool that you have in your artillery. One of the best ways to support longer sentences is to make language fun and playful. So get silly, get goofy with your kids. Use silly little voices, use exaggerated expressions, and watch them sparkle and light up and giggle, and do the same thing for you. For example, your child could say, "Big truck." Then you, in a very dramatic voice, could say, "Yes, that is a very, very big, noisy truck." So there you have it. From start to finish, the milestone, 4 to 5 word sentences. Remember, when your child starts to add more words, they start to add more details to their stories. I wonder what stories they're going to start sharing with you. Please let us know in the comments some of the wonderful things that your children have told you now that they can use 4 to 5 word sentences. If you're struggling with any deeper language concerns, please consider speaking to a speech and language professional. If you're unsure about where to start, a good place would be to seek an appointment with your GP. Alternatively, you could try visiting your nearest children's centre. Let me know in the comments how you all got on, what was easy, what was maybe not so easy about this milestone. And as always, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all here next week. Goodbye.